Hello and welcome to this video. Now, if you are a little bit like me and a bit of a tech nerd and, well, let's face it, nosy, then you're probably going to like watching what's in my camera bag videos. For me, I love watching my favourite creators make these to see what they're using daily and to see if they're using the same gear as what I am. Since starting this photography channel, this is one of the videos that I have been quite excited to make. Now, I know I have made some similar recently with the gadgets that I use daily, as well as what I was taking to Scotland to keep me warm. However, today we are going to fulfill my goal of doing a full-on what's in my camera bag video. So first up, we've got the bag that I'm carrying all my gear in, and that is the Shimoda Action X25. And I've got it in this army green colour, which I just love. Now, you can fit so much stuff in this bag. Like I said, this is the 25 version. I think, however, having had this bag for almost a year, maybe the 30 would have been a better option just to keep a few more personal items in it. However, for the most part, like, this is all I really need. It's brilliant. It's got the tactical straps on it here. These are the ladies fit ones. You can obviously get like the standard ones as well. And there are so many pockets where you can just store all your little bits and pieces in this bag, which is just brilliant. Now, opening it up, let's have a look and see what we've got inside. So first up, we've got coats and things. Obviously I've got my camo coat, which I use when I'm out photographing, and then also we have some 3D camo. Now, this I haven't used that much just yet. However, it is something that I'm hoping to get to use a bit more often this year. Now, I think this is actually where you're meant to put like your tablet too. However, I keep my waterproof camouflaged camera cover in there. And then let's talk lenses. So we are currently filming on my 24-70 f2.8 GM2 lens. Now, for the most part, for my wildlife stuff, I don't really use this lens. However, I use it a lot for my leather crafting videos and for doing stuff to camera like this. Next up, we have the 70-200 f2.8 lens. Now, I wish I could use this more in my wildlife photography. However, the wildlife has a tendency to not be within range for the majority of the time when I want to use this. However, if I can use it, this is what is going to be on the camera. Now, for the majority of my wildlife photos and videos, I'm going to be using the 200-600 G lens from Sony. It's an absolutely brilliant lens. And I am using it with, I've got like this Ronin Pro sort of neoprene cover set on it. I don't have all of them on it because I find that I like to be able to see this part of the lens, because I do sort of rotate it on the sort of tripod foot here, and I want to make sure I get it all lined up where it's supposed to be. And I just found that with it all on, it was just getting in the way a bit. But absolutely brilliant lens for wildlife photos and videos. So on to the stuff that I use to make my wildlife videos. The main thing is going to be the Osmo Action 5 Pro, and then I also use the Insta360 X5, and these are great. They're nice and small and they're really rugged, so I don't need to worry about where I put them, and they can be out in all the elements. So I think that is about it for my video stuff. Whoa! Oh, I forgot I packed that in there. So this is my DJI Mini 2 drone. Now, it is a bit on the older side, being that there is now the 5 out. However, I don't use it enough to warrant the upgrade. When I do use it though, it is really good to just get those establishing shots, especially when we were on the boat in Scotland. Being able to get unique perspectives for our videos and photos is just brilliant. Now, I don't take these out with me as much as I probably should, and that is my Sue binoculars. These are absolutely great for watching wildlife, and I have this little strap on them that I actually made myself. And I also have a little first aid kit. Now, I put this one together myself with just a few bits and pieces in that I wanted with me just in case. Now, this is where I do feel the Action X30 would have been a bit better, because there would have been a bit more space in that sort of personal space compartment, so I can more easily carry this with me. I do also always have a first aid kit in my car, but I do like to have one with me just in case. Generally, when I'm out and about, I am out for most of the day, so I like to keep spare batteries for everything. So I've got them for the X5, the Action 5, as well as my camera. So I don't run out of charge when I'm out and about. I like to carry this with me. So thank you to Vitolman for supporting this video with their flash speed 1500 portable power station. The Flash Speed 1500 has 12 ports to charge and use multiple devices simultaneously. On AC power, the station can charge fully in an hour, and there is also a built-in light and top storage area. And you can even use the station to jumpstart your car. To find out more and to pick one up for your own adventuring, then check out the links in the description. What else have we got in here? Why, it's my 2026 British Wildlife +1 cow calendar, now available at a discounted price on my website joehurd.co.uk, or head to the links in the description. So I can stay comfy whilst out photographing, I like to bring along my Highlander seat pad. This is really nice and lightweight, and it is also pretty waterproof, so you can stay warm and dry whilst you're out with your camera. As you know, I do feel the cold a bit, so I like to have a range of hats and gloves at the ready, just in case the weather changes and I need to add some extra layers. And it's great to have these at the ready when I need them. Another thing that I am looking to do this year is to try and get more into my landscape photography. Now, I do have a range of filters from Case that I bought a while ago. I've got the circular polarizer and a 10-stop ND filter, and these are the magnetic ones that can go on the front of your camera. Now, I may think about adding either a 6 or a 3-stop ND to that, because sometimes 10 can be a bit too much. I also like to have some camera straps. Now, the main one that I use is the Black Rapid one, where you can sort of clip on and off. Again, I don't really use it that often. For the most part, if I've got my bag on, then I find it a bit cumbersome to have it all on together. However, on my recent little photography wildlife walk that I went on, I did just take this with me, and that was great just to be able to hang the camera from. Obviously, I like to keep my silver play button with me in case I meet someone who doesn't realise I'm a famous YouTuber. Pop that back in. What else have we got in here? Oh wait, you were last year's video. So the moment you have all been waiting for, given the thumbnail that I know I have made for this video, I have a new camera, and I'm very excited to share with you that I've got myself a, wait for it, drum roll please, a Nikon D810. This is packed with loads of features, like being able to shoot 5 frames a second. It is a weather sealed body, and you have access to, as I was saying, my new Sony A7 IV. I am absolutely over the moon that I have now been able to pick one of these up. I actually picked it up a couple of weeks ago down at the photo video show because they were having some really good deals on, and I am so keen to be able to get out and use this. Obviously, you've got 30 frames a second, you've got pre-capture, so one of these days I might even fill a memory card when I'm out, and yeah, just everything that I wanted in this camera is in this camera, and more. Like, there's a time-lapse feature that I didn't know was in there. It also does sort of focus stacking, and yes, so I'm dead keen to get out using this camera this year. Very excited. A couple of things that I've already done. I've bought the bigger, sort of more squishy eye cup that I believe gets shipped out with the A1 too, and I've also put a little glass screen protector on it just in case. And yeah, so unfortunately that does mean we're gonna have to say goodbye to you over there on the A7 IV. I can't at this point justify having 2 cameras, so that one is going to be traded in. But yeah, that is what is in my camera bag for 2026. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one. I also like to make sure I got a lot of tissue with me, because you never know when you're going to get caught short. Now, one of the things that I love the most is mayonnaise, and I hate having to buy the sachets every single time I go out, so I've started to bring my own pot with me. Pop that back in. It's easier to put it in the bag. Go and get continuity nightmare.